Hi, everybody. This is Mrs. Perry, and I just wanted to go over with you um, some of the pathways and the next classes you would be taking in the Business Academy as you're thinking about making your schedules up for next year. So, a couple of things that I want you to be aware of. We have multiple capstones in the Business Academy. We are one of the only academies that has multiple capstones. So, we have something pretty much for everybody. And they are really an opportunity for you to take your education to that next level. They are not your typical educational setting. So a lot of kids really, really like that because you get out of the building. Most of them are not held at Chrisman. You get to go to somewhere else in Independence and set up in business situations. And they're really a different type of learning and a way for you to really take your education to the next level. So the capstones are a great opportunity for you in the Business Academy. I'm going to talk a little bit more about each capstone as we go through the slideshow. Something you need to understand, though, is that they have prerequisites that you have to pass before you can go to them. They also, most of them are multiple hours. So when you get to your junior and senior year, if you want to go to a capstone, you have to be on track for graduation, which means you've got to pass your classes. And so, especially for those of you that are freshmen and sophomores, that's something you really, really need to think about. That when you're a junior and senior, if you want to take advantage of these capstones, you've got to get your work done and make sure you're getting all of those graduation requirements taken care of and get those classes passed when you're in your underclassmen. So the first two pathways I want to go over are accounting and finance and marketing and business, and not management, because these two have a lot of overlap with them. The way you read these graphics, and there's a link in your Canvas or your Veritime teacher sending you one to where you can look at these images. But you follow the arrows down. So accounting and marketing are both going to have intro to business, of course, as their first one. And if you are in the Business Academy, you've probably already taken that. If you're a freshman and you haven't, that will be something you need to take first semester next year, or you can also take it in the summer. I'm going to go through the dark blue ones right now. In accounting, you're going to then take accounting 1. And you could take YE or marketing at the same time that you take accounting 1 if you want to. You would be able to basically finish both of these pathways by your senior year because there's so much overlap. And then if you're in marketing and business, you would take marketing or YE. I like to have kids take marketing, then YE, or take them at the same time because there's a lot of overlap in those two classes. And so if you take them at the same time, you get doubled up on some of the concepts and some of the units that we cover. And then in accounting, your junior year, you would take accounting 2, or you could go to the bank, capstone. I really, really encourage you to take accounting 2 and then do the bank, but it's not a requirement. And again, you could take, if you took, say you took YE with accounting 1, you could take marketing the same time you take accounting 2. And then you would be basically finishing both of those pathways. In the marketing and business management, whichever, if you took YE and marketing your sophomore year together, then your junior year you can do a capstone, and you could do a capstone your junior year and a capstone your senior year and do 2 different capstones, or you could do 2 years of one. If you only took one of them your sophomore year, then you would take the other one your junior year and then do a capstone. And we have some kids who are like in marketing in the morning and then go to a capstone in the afternoon too. So there's some options there. If you're not real sure what you want to do with that, come talk to me, come talk to Miss Bound. We can set you up and look at what you've taken and help you make those decisions. The ones in light blue are suggested electives. I'm going to talk about each one of them real quick. Office productivity. When you get out into the business world, you are not going to use Google. Google is an educational thing. They're going to use Office Suite, and so Microsoft Office. So you need to have some experience in that. And so that is a really good elective class for you to take. My suggestion would be if you take Intro to Business first semester, take Office Productivity second semester if you can get those the same hour. Business law is a really good option. If you're going to study business in college, you're going to have to take a business law class. So having had it in high school is going to give you benefit there. Graphic design. Several of our capstones, especially All Things Independence and the digital marketing capstone have a lot of design aspects that go with them. And so having that experience in graphic design, even having graphic design 2, is going to give you a lot of benefit to those capstones. Sports entertainment marketing is a new class that we added this year. We were not able to do some of the hands-on stuff because of COVID this year, but we're going to be building on that curriculum. It is a 1-hour class that is taken here at Chrisman. I teach it right now anyway. And that's a really good opportunity for you to take what you learned in marketing and then take those concepts and apply them to the amateur and professional sports world and the entertainment world. It's kind of a fun class. Any of you who've taken my class or Miss Bound know that public speaking in business is really, really important. We do a lot of presentations, and so taking a public speaking class or college speech is a really, really good opportunity for you there also. And then we do have some opportunities for some college business credit. If you're interested in that, come talk with me and we'll give you that information on it. The next slide is just basically the things that I just talked about, but in a bulleted list versus the image, for those of you who would rather read things in a bulleted list. You can kind of look over those, and then these are those suggested electives for both pathways. The other 3 pathways we have are design and architecture, culinary, and cosmetology. If you're culinary, Mrs. DeRocco is your go-to on information about the culinary pathway. She teaches the culinary essentials and the intro to hospitality classes, and she can give you information on that. One thing I know is that the culinary 1 and culinary 2, which are the capstones for that pathway, are at Van Horde, and they are 4-hour half-day programs. So if you're wanting to do those, you can do culinary 1 your junior year and culinary 2 your senior year, or you can just do culinary 1 your senior year, however that works out for you. But again, half your day is going to be over there. So you really got to make sure that you have those prerequisites and your graduation requirements taken care of and that you've passed your classes so that you can take advantage of that. The design and architecture is a new pathway for the Business Academy. And I'm not real sure what the design capstone is on that, but if you wanted more information about that, come see me and I will get it for you, or Mr. Leisinger could help you with information about that too, because he teaches the drafting classes. Then cosmetology. Cosmetology is going to be some of your basic business stuff with marketing and YE, because a lot of cosmetologists will have their own business, and so those classes are helpful to you. And then senior year, you could go to the cosmetology program at Herndon or the nail tech at Blue Springs. Those programs are very, very limited in the numbers that our district sends to them. So if you're really interested in those, especially if you're a junior and wanting to do that next year, I suggest that you talk with your counselor as soon as possible about those numbers and about what you need to do to get into those programs. Again, just a list of those classes in a little bit different view for you if that image on the previous slide is confusing to you. And if you need to pause and look at this, just pause your video. Okay, a couple of opportunities for you for some organizations, career and technical school organizations. We refer to them as CTSOs, and they are clubs that let you take what you're learning in the classroom and apply them in real life situations, in contest type situations, if you're a competitive person. So FBLA is Miss Bound. I take care of DECA. If any of you have had a class with me, you probably have heard about DECA because I talk about it a lot. I would be more than happy to talk with you about what DECA can offer you. So that's me. And then Mrs. DeRocco is FCCLA, which is for the design, culinary, and hospitality pathways. And all 3 are wonderful organizations that have lots of opportunities for you. So I highly, highly encourage you, if you are a Business Academy student, to join one of these organizations or multiples. You could do FBLA and DECA, you could do all of them. It's up to you. But they will help you take your experience in the Business Academy to the next level and really give you some fun experiences to take with you as you graduate. So these are our main capstones right now for the accounting and marketing finance. I talked about culinary a little bit already, and so I just wanted to talk a little bit more about these. And All Things Independence is the retail space. We have basically a district store up on the square. It is run by Mish Suckabeer, and you learn basically how to manage a store. And they also have a screen printing business, which is where all of those graphic design skills could come into play for you. If you are looking at the actual PowerPoint with this, these are links to videos about those. And there are also videos in the stuff that you'll be looking at for the Jamboree, so that you can see a little bit more about those. Digital marketing is that at AINT building. It is run by Miss Bound, and I know she would be more than happy to fill you in on that if you have questions about it. She's in room 119. They do some really great things working with local businesses, helping them with their online presence and different things like that, and making videos for them and stuff. So again, Miss Bound is your go-to on digital marketing. The banking capstone is a cooperation with Blue Ridge Bank, and it was new last year. This is our second year at it. It is held at the new branch that is up on the square for Blue Ridge Bank. There's a classroom in the front of the building and then the bank, and the kids that work up there get experience in finance in the classroom, and then they also get experience working in the bank. And so right now the teacher that is up there is a Truman teacher, Miss Gill. She was here at Chrisman a couple of years ago. And so if you have any questions about that one, come see me and I can give you some more information about that. I added Pathways to Education on here because it is actually an arts and ed capstone, but we have a lot of students in the Business Academy who at some point think, well, you know what, maybe I want to be a teacher. And the Pathways to Education capstone is an awesome opportunity for that. If you want more information about that, Miss Bramuller would be the one that you would go to on that, or you could come see me and I could kind of send you to her with some information on that. But those are four of the really the capstones that a lot of our Business Academy kids go to. So they are great opportunities for you. And again, cannot state enough how important it is that as a freshman and sophomore, that you take care of business in your classes and pass all of your classes, get your prerequisites done so you can take advantage of these awesome opportunities your junior and senior year. One other thing, additional opportunities. If you are a senior and for some reason the capstone isn't going to work for you, or you've already done the capstone or something like that, we have two other classes that are called Supervised Business Experience and Supervised Marketing Experience. Your counselor may call these marketing internship because that's what they used to be called. What these allow you to do is if you have employment, you have a job that fits into one of these, you can actually get credit for your work outside of school here at school. You can get school credit for that. And you can also get up to 2 hours out of school, which means you could not come to school until the third hour of the day. So you could take first and second hour off if you work at a job where you work late in the evening. You could take seventh and eighth hour off if it's a job where you want to be able to have more hours and maybe go to work at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 1:30 in the afternoon versus not being able to be there till 3 or 3:30. You do not have to work the hours at the job that you are out of school. You just have to have a certain average hours of work a week to get the credit. There's more that goes into this than just getting out of school early and getting credit for your work. There are assignments that go with it and stuff like that. I run this program. So if you want information about this program, come see me. There is an application that you have to fill out for it, and it has to be approved because I have to have proof of your employment and that kind of stuff. Anyway, if you're interested in that, come see me. I will give you some information about that. So that pretty much runs down some information on the Business Academy. If you have any other questions, ask your Academy teacher or come see myself or Ms. Bound, and we'll be happy to give you this specific information. And thank you for taking time to watch my video.